So if you gotta out of visualize, that's that lil dough, not to be ill, that's the ill will. Looking like it's not too naughty, looking like it's not too body, go there get the cash. Looking like it's off a kid, bro, that's the AM in the morning, watch the G get bands though, already been in, watch you messing with those friends though. They just wanna listen, say that they can comprehend though. Comprehend to the where you ain't even comfort, go and accomplish, go and get the goal and kick it like you gotta see. It was not the point for me, it was just to give back to God, that's that glory. Now you go to try to question how do I, looking like the holy got to get the spirit, no reply. If you didn't have to say what you wouldn't have to know, there's a time and place for everything, even out the stove and in. Looking like the story end. Before you finish, I guess you gotta really stow again. Like stow it to be steward in and stew it to be there. In the ship through, roll up the Caribbean and the Caribbean. Looking like it's near that height you waiting. Talking about you try to hustle, water whip it off and Satan. Looking like it's off and Satan. Looking like you often lacking. I told you that you really lacking. Looking like it's pig though. Pigs ain't never have to lacking when they eating it. Eating if it's off the manure, they still make manures. Maneuvers, that's just off the information. Looking like you had the question if it wasn't time you facing. That's just off our order then. Looking for our order then. Here to the time, that's the K to the order then. If it's O and K before the time, the U K's. Who you talking about the drill? I guess the tips ain't in the way. That's those hollows and those halos. Looking like those halos, looking higher than those hollows. Talking about today, but who ain't see tomorrow? Ill to that lumini. Looking like you got illumination, but you see me, guy. See me if you knew me, guess you didn't have to know me then. Already told you I already been bigger than homie then. After I see her eye to eye, she gonna hold me in. Looking like she called me like later on, she ain't gonna hold me then. She gonna hold me up, I ain't even hold it back. She wanna never see me like she wanna say she see me act. She wanna see me in the A and D, the N I doing mine. If I'm doing this in future, guess the BC, cause decline. I should I say the B, comment error. If you comment to the new, the A's, the new can tell you about the whole old school harder days, the new, the hard, the rock before the harder K. If it's on the wise, guess the wise man made the way, but the woman still with the ways, and that's just off the wide. Looking like destruction, but her hips ain't even testified. She could try to hit maneuver, move around with those ways. Watch her missing, moving with her hips, and she ain't making straight. She just heard you talking about you losing your path today, and looking like it's one way, one wide. Looking like it's chrome to the dome for the spare fly. Come to go and get the spirit, looking like it's off his own. Looking like it's off the Peter, now going pissed upon. Pissing in and out, but you was crazy in denial. Your mental going mental child before you insane and sent us out. Or should I say insane, I'm silent. Silent, how who styling, looking like you gotta go and get it. Never what you trying to the iron. Looking at you, question why you iron sign. If you go insane, guess you never heard of Mountain Zion. A mountain was getting up before you gotta go to chicks. Looking like it's made for kids, but you just not in model with chicks. Looking like the model go to see the model. If it's okay, I guess I get time and that's just tomorrow, all to go and tick and talking, looking like it's on the page, but never had to tick the talking. Already gave the Benji options, Benji to the grandfather, clocking on the raid. Darn there and see where I'm going, I guess I'm farther than. Before you try to say I'm very farther than. Looking like you piss, you itching, sounding like you farting then. I already told you looking to the future, so I'm farting then. Going ahead and looking like an eater line before you had to test upon and never knew about naked O and lie. Looking like you never Zach Rich and going stitch and ply to go to mummify before you dummy guy. Came around before you try to see how a tough can know and tell it if it's too below the highs and win. Looking like it's an absolute, but never had to fight to win. They're fight to win before you never see who down fall. Looking like it's up to heaven, never had to never fall. No, that's a Saul win. Saul to what was then. Walled up, walking like followed up. Looking like the border, call about the border. Imposter was never ordered, never alien identified how who was crossing water, the emergency. You can talk about it, alert to see. Alert to go and get an orange, looking like who go to far. Looking like it's alert orange before you got an orange from afar. It's like it's grown upon a reed from star. A reed couldn't even had to say what the seed to sow. Looking like a seed to sow and still had the seed grow. Never took from the ground and not be replenished though. And give it before I even had to spin it off sentence though. Looking so fresh, never had to new, never had to go in this old last. I already never been beyond, that's the end so fresh. And talking about the M is on the own, looking like it's on you own. Talking about you aiming home, and talking about you aiming home. Looking like it's blue to Ori, go ahead, you blew your chance to origin, aren't you a gen before you knew the men and thought about what you could even apprehend. And go ahead and text again and talking about you was Houston with no problems then. No 99 to hold it 9 and talking about I'm holding fine. I'm young, I'm going in like I was old, but I'm beyond my prime. Looking like it's not beyond my prime before it's go to mate. She just wanted later on, I already told her older date. Older to the reason that they trying to jump up boulder weight and never had to wait, but give it to the time and give them freeze before they get the rights to go and lose their mind. Talking about it never lost, but never held I losing mine. Looking like on the Sabbath Jesus even go look to find. That's just never understanding even if you couldn't define. That's the reason I had to say that's the reader mind. Reading off the top of mind before you couldn't think and know. If you understand, I guess you had some time to think and grow and see how it can really go. Going back to read it up, read the time and go and see that I already know that we is up and you couldn't even divide nor go ahead and fall because enmity God gives and it's already separated all. So how you want to talk about the fire and the fall and the goodbye and the conquer and really did it all like the sin Sue talking about the sin you do. It won't all the what for you. Missing like Picasso got a portrait for you. Now you got him on the leave. Apologelio. Talking about you apologizing before you heard the Apologio. If you got to see how far that I can really have to show. I already told you beyond the soul, the stars still glow win. Already know who know then. And if you had the question, I guess Absu the show then. Absu the show, rise up to near the shore then. To each his own before you got to reach and be my merchant on and me can talk about what was on my own before it's out of top and different time for the different zone dimensions homes. They're talking about who mentioned me before they really talking about they want to really mention homes. I already told you I just did it before the city did. Talking about I'm can't see crazy, not critter it. Talking about he critter with, talking about he crazy win. If I'm not crazy, I guess my why ain't chromed in the outer zone before you talking about who cray and not a crayon looking like to play the school that made the way and off a collegiate reason, that's the reason off of mine. If it's off the top of pace, I guess I had the finish line and I already got the thesis before you try to decease and talking about who leeches off the blood, even if it's Eucharist. Took a chance and you just pour it out, it had a little miss and go ahead and later on belittle that. Before you try to get blamed to be blameless fact, and looking like it's less to get more in fact and talk about a blame before they want to see you lame and talking about you can't be where you was going beyond your plane. Beyond your plane, and I already told you was a plain sight. Told you beyond dimension and you ain't even mentioned right. So even if you ain't mentioned right, I ain't gotta think I even know how to mention right. And if it's not a sketch and talking about you, man, talking about you had a plan before you got the blue again. Now you want to go to print, talking about what ornament to reason. Go ahead and doubt it out before you try to get her later on. She gonna really figure out off a figure skating on the ice before she hating on the light. Looking like the later on you try to see her really sight to go in silhouette and you was looking like silhouette and I already been had a wet and so now you got your chance for getting. I ain't gotta read to get it before she gotta notice when. I already noticed I already did win. You notice then to see the elder. You used to try to go to lose. You already should just walk it off like the feet and walk in the shoes. In the shoes, the push you choose the chaff, you choose the pass, the chaff and go and chaffing, looking like you macking lacking like you had a weapon, looking like a weapon, wanna act a gacking, looking like the guy in Cohen, looking like you all insured, looking like you try to pray a plink before you call a board, and off a board, walking off a plink aboard. If I'm going in, I guess I see you plain sight and board. You was looking like a plane in a new sight wind. Never knew it was looking like the light, see the light then. And if it's alright to the future and even the right end, it was still part of the future before the right end and on the days and already got the days before the different ways and never had to leave before you even got to do your plays. The place ain't even in the reason that you out of time and out of place and out of space and out of mind. Or should I say out of state or out of mind? And in your stage you are thinking out if you're going to stay in state. I really go out of fed and ate and fed and going looking for a centrally division plate. A division is not even centrally known to the intelligent and say that your agency got you on it. If it won't often, AC a jet then cool as an AC breeze, watch a gentman already got the wire to the comb though and ain't got to take it off to the shelf to leave it alone though. Leave it alone looking like I already got an astral plan. Nostradamus looking like the future couldn't tell me about me. And if it did about what I didn't have to say, it was nothing to be knowing, new and now and knowing way. And if it wasn't knowledge to be going back astonished and say you just going into shit you didn't even want it. And when they go and finish, leave it in the salmon, beat it up and already finished before you didn't ate it to be seen later on to see the time infinity sideways like you didn't lose your mind. Might have go to get the space and already put it out the place to put it back to read and time and then off the future before you LACH wind it in. It's a late. Yeah.